Hi, this is Emily Leiphart of Art from the Heart, and I'm so excited to be joining Altenew for the December 2017 release. I'm most excited about the Mini Blossom die cutting machine, so I'm going to do an unboxing right here for you. This is the cutest little die cutting machine on the planet. My hands are pretty small, and this fits in the palm of my hand. It's about the size of an A2 card. Even the box is so pretty. Here's a look at all four sides of the box. On one end is all of Altenew's social media platforms. The back gives you all of the details and measurements of the die cutting machine, as well as some inspiration pieces. And of course the Altenew logo and website itself are on the other end. Let's open this and have a closer look. There's an easy pull tab to unlock the lid, and the machine is sandwiched by two molded halves. Just pull it up and out along with the two sandwich plates. Isn't it gorgeous? It has gold flowers printed all around it. The two plates fit nicely and move easily through either side. No cutting platform is required. The bottom has four big suction cups that prevent the machine from moving when you're cranking the dies through. The bottom plate is almost twice as thick as the top plate. That's the one that the dies will cut into, so you want it to be more substantial since there's no cutting platform. The plates are 3 inches by 6 1/4 inches, so they're narrower than the depth of the machine itself. This works great for compact storage or for travel. I want to show you that it fits in my everyday purse with tons of room to spare. In the summer, I can fit a water bottle, cardigan, umbrella if necessary, and my hard sunglass case, so that's a lot. In the winter, I can fit my hat, mittens, reusable coffee mug, and sunglass case. With an empty purse, I can fit the die cutting machine, plates, several sets of ink pads and stamps. Plus, at only 2 pounds and 3 ounces, it's so easy to take on the go with you. Now onto my card. I was super excited to see a set of full-sized ninjas in this Ninja Invasion stamp set. I loved the little ones from the Engineer's Roll stamp set, and this new Ninja set will work wonderfully with the sentiments from the Engineer set too. I don't even think of this set as a masculine one because they're solid stamps and you can stamp the ninjas in feminine colors and dress them up with bows and flowers too. My favorite sentiment in this set is crafty by day, deadly ninja by night. I'll be using that one a lot. As with every Altenew set, there's a stamp guide on the back which makes it very easy to figure out how to stamp your layers. They've also circled each grouping of images so you know which parts go together. I'm stamping the ninja in tree pose in Lagoon, and then the face and hands with rocky shore. I'm using an acrylic block to freehand it so you can see how easy it is and how wonderfully these inks stamp. Next, I'm stamping the laptop ninja in Volcano Lake, the face and hands in Sand Dunes, and the laptop in Evening Gray. I stamped the kicking ninja in Lagoon, the face and hands were stamped with Mocha, and the belt in Evening Gray to tie in with the laptop. I cut the images apart with scissors and taped the dies in place so I can run them through the Mini Blossom die cutting machine. The first thing I noticed about this machine is that the rollers immediately take hold of the plates, which is very different from my Big Shot with the platform where I almost always have to push the platform and plates through about an inch before the roller sees them enough for me to let go. With the Mini Blossom I don't have to worry about the extra effort, and I love that. At this point, I decide that the kicking ninja is too dark for my card. So I'm going to use the lightest of the seashore set, which is Mountain Mist. I'm also going to switch to the ninja with the swords. Off screen, I stamped this one with an acrylic block, and when I went to die cut it, the swords were way off. I'm switching to the Mini Misty to show you what I discovered is the best method to stamp this particular ninja so that the swords are stamped in line with the die. This piece of cardstock is also 3 inches wide, just like the cutting plates of the new Mini Blossom die cutting machine. I use the die to help me place the stamp so that I know the swords won't end up off the edge of the paper. I stamp my ninja twice because I can, and because I need a re-inker for this ink pad. The face and hands are stamped with Sand Dunes. Then I'll die cut the image and leave it in the negative so I know exactly where the swords need to be stamped. The swords are stamped once with limestone ink. Now that I have all 3 images for my card, I'm going to create a background using the sketched line stencil. I tape down my panel and then lay the stencil on top. I arrange the ninjas on the card and try a couple of sentiments before deciding which one to use. I'm going to use the same 3 inks from the Seashore collection to sponge a pattern on the panel. I'm going to lay down most of the color along the bottom in an asymmetrical bowl shape. The darkest color will be at the edge of the panel. I start with Mountain Mist and move to Volcano Lake. I want to keep the stenciled colors as far away from the coordinating images so that there's a contrast. For example, since Tree Pose Ninja is the darkest in Lagoon, I will lay down the most stenciled Lagoon color on the bottom left of the card. At the top of the card I sponged with limestone and evening grey to tie in the background with the greys on the ninjas. Now I want to add embossing paste over the stenciling on the right side of the panel. This particular one is pearlescent, so it's opaque with shimmer, and you'll be able to see the ink through it. I use a palette knife to apply the embossing paste as flat as possible, then peel off the stencil as quickly as possible so the pattern doesn't smudge. After the paste has completely dried, I can stamp my sentiment and assemble the card. I'm going to offset the ninjas as a group on the right-hand side and stamp the sentiment on the left. The one I've chosen reads, "Because you are awesome," and it tucks perfectly between the Sword Ninja and Laptop Ninja. I place the panel into the Mini Misty and make sure the sentiment is exactly where I want it before stamping with permanent black ink. Now I'm going to adhere the panel to the card base. I like my horizontal cards opening on the right so that they stand better. If you're like me and display your cards on the mantle, it's a little annoying when they flop open and knock all the other cards down. I want to attach the ninjas to each other before I remove them and apply foam tape to the back to pop them up on the panel. This is my way of ensuring that the images remain in the same configuration they were before I remove them from the panel to apply adhesive. Attaching them together as one piece makes it much easier. I use an X-Acto knife and mini glue dots for this. After applying foam tape and removing the backing, I adhere the ninjas to the panel, and now my card is done. I have 2 other cards on my blog using this same color scheme and 2 more sets from Altenew's December 2017 release. There are fabulous prizes to be won, and I'm also giving away a $30 gift certificate to the Altenew store, so be sure to leave a comment on my blog for your chance to win. Please refer to the supply links below if you're interested in any of the products I used in this video. You can also visit my blog for stills and more information about my cards. Thanks so much for watching!